Hello. Hello everybody, Ryan Folan, I'm back again, and I have a little rant for you, and then what I've learned from it. So I had my third TEDx talk in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and I had to fly out of LAX. So of course I take an early flight on Friday so that I can get there for the rehearsal, and that's when everything started to go wrong. My 8:05 flight got moved to 9:30. Then it got pushed to 10:15, and then at 10:30 I found out that it was pushed for another 4 hours because of mechanical delay. So I talked with Delta and I got put on a 1:45 flight. I got on the 1:45 flight and then it took them an hour to fill the plane with gas. During that time there was no AC, so somebody got sick, they threw up, they had to bring on somebody to do a hazmat, and then they found out that she was drunk, so they had to bring in the sheriff and they had to remove her there. That was 2 hours on the plane. Get in the plane, I realized that I've lost my connecting flight. I'm connecting with Delta, and essentially they're telling me my only option is to get into Stevens Point the following day at 8:45 p.m. So I'm in the air knowing that I've missed my connection flight, and I spent 3 hours trying to figure out an alternative solution. I was hungry. When the waitress comes back, we realize, guess what? They don't have enough food. So now I don't have any food. I'm frustrated. I know I'm going to miss my flight. There's a chance that I'm going to miss my actual TEDx talk. So I get on Skype. I call somebody from the organization. They help me find that there's other airports. So I ended up staying the night in Chicago and then flying out the next morning to Green Bay. And then I took a long Uber all the way from Green Bay to Stevens Point. Then I get to the hotel. And in the hotel, my reservations were not valid anymore because I didn't show up the night before and nobody told them. So I'm like, cool, I figured that out. Then I go to get an Uber. There's no Ubers because it's a little small town. And then I call a taxi cab, and then they say that they won't service that area. So I find another taxi. It takes them 45 minutes to show up. Granted, the TEDx show is actually going on during this time. Finally, he comes and picks me up. He drops me off. I'm super stoked. It's snowing, so I'm cold. And he says, cash only. I don't have any cash. I have to go inside, find somebody, bum $10 off them, and then come back, pay the taxi driver. And then, all of a sudden, I found myself at the TEDx event. And when my feet touched that red carpet, essentially, I thought to myself, finally. But this was like 48, almost 72 hours of chaotic traveling, like chaos. So, the lessons that I've learned from this is that you cannot control airlines. You cannot control mechanical differences in the planes that delay planes. You cannot control things that are outside of yourself. And guess what? Most things are outside of yourself, so you can or can't control them. But here's the tip. The tip is that you can control your reaction to the situation. So when something bad happens, you can react to it. You can either get upset or you can be mellow. Now the people on the plane that got upset, they almost got kicked off the plane because they were arguing with the waitress about food. I reacted, and I chose to react in a way that was looking for the solution. When it came to dealing with Delta, instead of just sitting there and being angry and firing across angry tweets, I was actually trying to work with them for an actual solution, right? So just like people walking by, whatever it may be, you only have control over certain things. The way that you react to something is huge, and it reflects on your personal brand. Because people don't want to hang out with those who can't handle challenging situations, that in a pinch all of a sudden you freak out. So the way that you react is a key part of who you are and your brand. The next part is, I'm going to go over here a little bit. The next part is the way that you choose your attitude, because attitude is everything. If a flight gets missed and you react to it in a certain way, you then get to choose your attitude. And your attitude is an extension of your brand. You see, your brand precedes you. That means wherever you go, right in front of you is your brand. And if people see you firing off angry tweets and you're being a troll to the airline that somehow had a mechanical error, that reflects negatively on you. So what have I done with this situation? I realized that I'm somebody, part of my brand, I don't give up. I look at obstacles and I react in a way that, like, where can I find a positive solution? And then I keep my attitude going the whole time in a way that sort of brings people along with me. So this troubled path to my TEDx talk is actually a good story for maybe another TEDx talk. It's about resilience. It's the fact that gingers stay positive. It's the fact that you can't control the things that are outside of you. So as you go through your life and you run into brick walls and things piss you off, that's an opportunity to build your brand in a positive way. React to it in a way that's positive, keep your energy and your attitude in a way that's positive, and those things will help to solidify how you want to be seen in the world. So it could have gone tragic. I could have just complained the whole time, but I didn't. I owned it. It was part of an adventure, because you are going to face challenges, but it's how you react to them and the attitudes that you choose that's going to make the whole difference. So next time you get a flight delayed, think about me. Next time you get a hotel reservation that goes wrong, think about me. Next time there's no Uber in a small town, think about me. You can react to it, keep a positive energy around it, and it's all going to be a good story at the end of the day. So we'll see you around at maybe the next TEDx talk or sometime online. Till then.